Good evening, everyone. My name is Simran Chaudhary, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to today's special session titled Think Pink, Act Now, Screen, Fight, and Win, organized by Voice of Healthcare and proudly supported by Cadila Oncology to mark the occasion of International Women's Day 2025. As we celebrate the strength, resilience, and remarkable contribution of women across the globe, it is equally important to shed light on the critical health challenges faced by women, one of them being cancer. So, this session aims to emphasize the importance of early detection, routine screenings, timely treatment, and creating widespread awareness to improve cancer survival rates among women. And today we are truly honored to have with us Dr. Jyoti Anand, consultant medical oncologist at Fortis Hospital, Noida, a highly esteemed expert who has dedicated her career to cancer care, patient advocacy, and advancing treatment protocols. Through her remarkable work, she has saved lives and significantly contributed to transforming cancer care with a strong focus on improving patient outcomes and delivering compassionate treatment. Welcome to our show, Dr. Jyoti. It's a pleasure to have you with us. And in today's session, we will discuss early detection,
Thank you,
breaking
Simran, and
screening barriers.
welcome to our show.
Thank Thank you so much. We'll be focusing on breaking screening barriers, advancements in cancer care, and how women can take charge of their health. So, our goal is to inspire awareness, encourage regular checkups, and to reduce the fear of cancer. So, without any delay, I would like to start with, ma'am, can you explain us why is this early detection so crucial in improving cancer survival rates? And can you share any real life example case where early diagnosis made a significant difference?
Yeah, yes, Simran. Actually, screening in cancers it is very important. Screen detected cancers are always early cancer. So, if we diagnose a cancer at early stage, the size of the cancer is very small. It has not spread to other organs of the body. So, the treatment is easy, and definitely the cancer is curable in early stages. If the cancer is curable, then definitely the survival rates will be much better as compared to if the cancer is detected at later stages. So it is very crucial for us to diagnose the cancer in early stages because then only we will be able to cure the patient from the cancer.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering that question. Ma'am, I would like to know what is the biggest barrier which prevents women from undergoing regular screenings like mammograms, pap smear, or genetic testing, which helps us to diagnose cancer at an early stage? And how can we break these barriers, especially in rural areas or underserved communities?
The biggest barrier in early detection or for winning the screening procedure is social stigma. Like I tell you, I am organizing regularly camps for breast cancer screening. But there must be 40 females sitting around, but not even a single female come for the screening. They all are like, I'm okay, I am okay. No one wants to get screened because everyone is so scared of the word cancer. So, how can we decrease this stigma, or how can we or health awareness is the only thing which will make people aware कि लोगों को ऐसे लगता है सिमरन कि शायद स्क्रीनिंग करवाने से उनके अंदर कैंसर आ जाएगा so that is the biggest fear probably and one is definitely social stigma so उनको ये बताना कि ये एक सिंपल एक अल्ट्रासाउंड है इससे आपको कोई कैंसर नहीं होने वाला है ये कोई रेडिएशन एक्सपोजर नहीं है it is very very important pap smear लेना मतलब it is very difficult to convince them it is only once in 3 years or if we go for LBC like HPV testing it is only once in 5 years so even this much people are not ready to do so and people can spend lots and lots on I would say khana peena ghumna firna but a simple pap smear test costs us around if you say LBC will cost around 2 to 3,000 only once in 5 years so these are the barriers.
I know, ma'am, and thank you so much for explaining this to us. As you just discussed कि लोगों को लगता है कि सिर्फ कैंसर स्क्रीनिंग के लिए जाने से ही पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा, कहीं कैंसर ना डिटेक्ट हो जाए, या ये जो भी उनके दिमाग में मिथ्स एंड मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन है जिससे वो लोग डरते हैं और वो सामने नहीं आते हैं. So I just want to know how you or other healthcare professionals encourage patients for routine checkups without causing them anxiety and that fear, something might come out. Or so how do you tackle all these problems?
See, we tell them, we sometimes show them the videos that see this is such a simple test. अगर आप इसको करवाओगे तो आपको किसी तरीके का नुकसान नहीं होगा, आपके पैसे नहीं लग रहे, फ्री हो रहा है ये टेस्ट. बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जिन पे उन लोगों को, स्पेशली आई वुड से सिमरन, इन इंडिया when it comes to healthcare of a female, it is very difficult because as female we think कि अगर मुझे कुछ हो गया पीछे मेरी फैमिली कौन देखेगा, आज बच्चों को स्कूल कौन भेजेगा, घर पे खाना कौन बनाएगा. इसलिए भी वो टेस्ट करवाने से डरते हैं कि अगर आज टेस्ट हो जाएगा, कुछ डायग्नोज हो जाएगा, तो मेरी टेक केयर कौन करेगा, मेरी फैमिली की टेक केयर कौन करेगा. सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कन्विंस देम कि अगर कुछ है वो आज नहीं तो कल डायग्नोज तो होगा ही, और अर्ली स्टेज में डायग्नोज होगा तो जल्दी ठीक हो जाएंगे, बट लेट स्टेज में डायग्नोज होगा तो ठीक भी नहीं हो पाएंगे.
करेक्ट, यू सेड इट राइट मैम, कि जितना अर्ली डिटेक्शन हो पाएगा उतना ही बेटर वे में उसे ट्रीट कर पाएंगे, उतने ज़्यादा चांसेस हो जाएंगे उसको बॉडी से इरेडिकेट करने के, ख़त्म करने के. एंड मैम, आई बिलीव देयर इज
Very
रोल ऑफ
right,
दिस
very right.
फैमिली. यस. Also, ma'am, I want to know your views on how does family history play in determining women's cancer risk, and how can this genetic testing, which is there, it's a very big development जो हमारे पास आ गया है कि हम genetic testing से बता पाते हैं कि कितना रिस्क है, क्या क्या चांसेस हैं होने के. So how can all these
See,
things
genetic
help?
history plays a very genetic history is very important when we are talking about breast cancer, when we are talking about ovarian cancer, when we are talking about कोलोन कैंसर और आंतों का कैंसर जिसको बोलते हैं. आजकल हमारे पास इतने एडवांस टेस्ट आ गए हैं जिससे हम ये पता लगा सकते हैं कि क्या आपका जो कैंसर है. सबसे पहली चीज़ मैं यहाँ पे क्लियर करना चाहूँगी, लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि लाइक एक जो पेशेंट भी नहीं है, बच्चा कोई आ जाएगा कि ये देख लें कि मेरे में कोई कैंसर तो नहीं है, मेरी कोई फैमिली हिस्ट्री इस तरीके से तो नहीं है. बट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज़ कि जो पेशेंट कैंसर का रहता है, हम टेस्टिंग जो है उनसे शुरू करते हैं. तो आजकल हमारे पास बहुत स्पेशल तरीके की मॉलिक्यूलर टेस्टिंग, जेनेटिक टेस्टिंग अवेलेबल है जो ये पता लगा सकती है कि आपकी बॉडी के अंदर किसी स्पेसिफिक म्यूटेशन की वजह से, जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन डीएनए चेंज उसकी वजह से हुए हैं. फैमिली काउंसलिंग्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर दैट. इफ इट कम्स आउट पॉजिटिव, हाउ टू स्क्रीन द फैमिली, आगे फैमिली मेंबर्स की स्क्रीनिंग कैसे करनी है, उनमें कौन से टेस्ट करवाने हैं, उनमें क्या इम्प्लीकेशन है, कैसे हम उसको आगे उनको कैंसर होने से प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं. ये सारी चीज़ें हमारे पास अवेलेबल है. द ओनली थिंग इज दैट अवेयरनेस, that you need to consult your doctor for this special test.
Said it right, मैम. अवेयरनेस की वजह से हम लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को मोटिवेट कर पाएंगे फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ टेस्ट, एंड सो दैट दे टेक केयर ऑफ देयर हेल्थ, और जितने भी वो रिस्क है लाइफ में उस चीज़ को रिड्यूस कर सकें. Ma'am, you treat many patients every day, you deal with them every day. So, what do you think? What are some of the most promising breakthroughs in breast cancer, cervical cancer, or ovarian cancer treatment today we have?
Talking about breast cancer, most important breakthrough is immunotherapy or some targeted therapy is long back, but talk of the town these days is immunotherapy definitely. So in triple negative breast cancers, which are very aggressive kind of breast cancer, we have available immunotherapy before operation, after operation, which improves survival rates very much. Then coming to cervical cancer, the most important breakthrough is the prevention of cervical cancer or cervical cancer vaccine, which again in India, the coverage of cervical cancer vaccine is very less because of the lack of awareness. People like girls are not getting vaccinated. Again उनको यही डर लगता है कि वैक्सीन लेने से शायद उनको कैंसर हो जाएगा. So that is a very important breakthrough, which every female should get vaccinated for cervical cancer. And if you talk about ovarian cancer, again, I would say we have tablets available, like we were talking about genetic testing. So in ovarian cancer, very common mutation, that is BRCA gene mutation, it comes, and we have tablets available for it. And a very important thing that initially, whenever a new drug comes, most of the times it is an imported company or multinational company which is making it, and the price of that particular drug is very high. But now, thanks to our Indian companies who are also progressing so much, so now that particular medicine is available at very cheaper prices in all the Indian, with many of the Indian companies. So I think these are three main breakthroughs in three different cancers.
Ma'am, there's this precision medicine also. So, how would you say that precision medicine is reshaping the cancer care for women?
Precision medicine is very important. Like we are talking about genetic testing. So, suppose a patient, I have put my patient on one particular medicine, and that particular medicine is not working well for that patient. That was a standard first line therapy. But now with special test, I can see what all medicines can act on this cancer, and with like this is number one, this is number two. So this is how it is helping us, and patients do well on those particular medicines. If sometimes it is not approved for, suppose one drug is it is approved for breast cancer, but now that particular test is coming positive in lung cancer, and I'm using it in lung cancer, and patient is responding to it. So this is how precision medicine is helping me in treating my patients.
Thank you so much for answering that question, ma'am. Because, like, precision medicine is kind of a trending new topic, which is people. It's working out there. It is, it treats patient according to their disease or requirement. So I think that is the best treatment which can work for every individual. And with that, AI is the new buzzword in healthcare also. So with AI and technology improving, so how would AI is improving diagnostics? So do you think that we will soon have some home-based or non-invasive screening methods for women cancers also?
Yes, AI can be helpful for us. Like we were in a meeting few days back, and they were saying that you must be knowing that surgical people are using robots, right, for the surgeries and all that. So now they are trying to incorporate AI in those robotic systems, with with the help of which they will be knowing on table what type of cancer it is. And sometimes cancer surgeries depend upon the type of cancer, then they can definitely change their scope of surgery according to that particular histopathology report or whatever the insight AI is giving us.
Ma'am, when doctor patients comes to you and they say, "Ki, okay, this has happened to me," or your all these things. So, are do you think there's this specific lifestyle or some factors which we often overlook, which can significantly reduce the risk of cancer? If yes, what exactly is then, and how can we modify our lifestyle so that we can reduce this risk of cancer in our life? Hello.
See, Simran, this is one of the most important sometimes, not because of any particular reason, but most of the times it is because of your lifestyle. Lifestyle in the sense that if you are consuming so much of red meat, it is increasing your risk of getting cancer. So, and if you're physically inactive, taking lots of processed food as compared to unprocessed food, or diet which is low in fiber, it all increases, it puts you at higher risk of getting cancer. So these are all the lifestyle modifications which can help you decreasing. Not definitely, I will not say that it will eradicate your risk of getting cancer, but it will decrease your risk of getting cancer.
I think
So
you
that
said it right now because of this modifiable risk factor, which is in our control. We should take charge of it. And if we can reduce the risk of cancer, then why not? Why not? We can work on this rather than working at that point of time when it has
right.
been diagnosed and taking all that stress at one point of time. We can modify these things. Uh, Ma'am, like you deal with all the patients every day. If you could dispel one dangerous myth about cancer that women believe, what would it be?
मिथ अगेन आई वुड से कि किसी भी कैंसर की स्क्रीनिंग करवाने से आपको कैंसर नहीं हो जाता है, किसी भी बीमारी को। अगर अगर आप एक नॉर्मल अल्ट्रासाउंड करवाने जाते हैं, लोगों को ऐसा लगता है ना कि अगर मैं अल्ट्रासाउंड करवाने जाऊंगी, कई लोग ऐसा भी सोचते हैं कि ऐसा कई लोगों ने फैलाया भी है कि पेट सिटी वाले जो करते हैं वो जो रिपोर्ट कुछ ना कुछ अपने आप डाल देते हैं। सो दीज ऑल आर मिथ्स, दीज पीपल आर मिसगाइडिंग यू। कोई भी इस तरीके से, जैसे एक बहुत कॉमन मिथ आपने शायद सुना होगा, अनरिलेटेड टू डेफिनेटली दिस, कि पेशेंट आईसीयू में मुर्दा पेशेंट को चिल्ला करके रखा हुआ है। हम लोगों को बोलते थक जाते हैं कि हम किसी के हार्ट बीट नहीं चला सकते हैं, मतलब सांस दिया जा सकता है मशीन से, बट पल्स और हार्ट बीट नहीं चलाया जा सकता। उसी तरीके से अगर आपकी बॉडी में कुछ डिटेक्ट हो रहा है वही शो किया जाएगा। कोई भी अगर आप एफएनएसी करवा लेंगे अननेसेसरली, कोई उसको पॉजिटिव नहीं देगा। पेट सीटी करवा लेंगे सीधा, पेट सीटी करवा लेंगे तो उसको भी अननेसेसरली ये नहीं बोल देगा कि आपको कोई कैंसर है।
I think you're right, ma'am. People do believe that these are the things कि अगर स्क्रीनिंग के लिए भी गए, डायग्नोसिस के लिए गए तो कुछ बुरा हो जाएगा या उसी से कहीं निकलना है, तो वो कहीं निकल ना आए के चक्कर में वो करवाने ही नहीं जाते हैं वो स्कैन्स अपने, जिसकी वजह से
डर,
डिले इन
यस
डायग्नोसिस होता
यस,
रहता है. Ma'am, if we talk about future,
एब्सोल्युटली।
so with advancements in cancer research, do you see that future where some cancers can become completely preventable or curable? Like for cervical cancer, we have vaccination. So other than that, can other cancers be completely preventable and curable?
See, curable, all cancers are curable if it is diagnosed. People are incorporating AI and helping us diagnose, differentiate between tuberculosis or you can say this thing, cancer. But if you now, what are the risk factor? How 70 to 80% of people who are getting lung cancer, they're smokers, right? So definitely, if we will uh, we can make the patient aware, people aware that smoking will increase your risk of getting cancer. So definitely the rates can be decreased, and lung cancer screening is also now coming into picture these days. So this is all how we can, I think, increase the response rates to the treatment. People who are on treatment are still smoking, so this is where we need to change. So with only with these certain changes we will be able to like early diagnosis, cure the treatment. And if you talk about prevention, I think all other cancers, cervical cancer is because of HPV infection, but other cancers who are because of multiple factors, it is very difficult to say that they will be totally preventable with any one particular measure.
Thank you, ma'am, because I think this is an aspect where we need more information, more awareness as and I believe with going forward with all the advancement in technology, we would also have some solutions for this. Ma'am, another important aspect is we know how if person is diagnosed with cancer, how emotionally it affects the person who's diagnosed and the family members as well. So, how important is counseling and emotional support in treatment? And do we need to integrate more psychological care into oncology?
That is the most important thing, Simran. People ask us, what is the difference between treatment in US, UK, or in India? The major difference is the whole holistic care, holistic approach. In India, when a patient comes to me, so I'm treating the patient with chemotherapy or surgery. We do counsel. It is not like that we do not, but definitely it is. I am not an expert in counseling, so it is very important if we have counselors available for that patient, for cancer patients. They will be able to counsel for them for accepting the diagnosis, for getting the treatment proper, because we have many dropouts while doing the treatment also. So and then post treatment care, a psychological impact on the patient. If the patient is now cured of the cancer, but again he or she is not able to live his life properly, so that impacts again his life. So I think psychological counseling is very, very important, and we are definitely lacking in it. We need to improve on that.
Said it right, ma'am. And if a person is emotionally balanced, emotionally ready to receive that treatment in a positive way, it will definitely affect in a very good way, and it works better or faster, I
Yeah.
believe. As we are moving towards the end of our discussion, lastly, what since it's an ongoing initiative for International Women's Day, so what advice would you give to women today to take charge of their cancer risk and overall health?
I would say, like you take charge of your family, of your household, you need to actually take charge of your health also. There is no one else who will take care of it. You need to see what is breast cancer screening, what is cervical cancer screening, how to go about it, what are other risk factors as per my age or my risk factors, and you need to work on those risk factors, and not just getting yourself screened. Physical fitness is also very important, which most of our women are not taking care of. So on this International Women Day, I would like to tell women to be, yes, we are progressing in all the fields all over the globe, but along with that we definitely need to take care of our health.
Said it right, ma'am. We all need to take care of our health, and thank you so much for creating this awareness with us, educating our audience public how we should focus more on prevention, that is the screening and diagnosis part, rather than getting into treated. Because if we get it diagnosed on time, we would not need a long process of
Right.
treatment. We can cure it at an early stage, and with all those lifestyle modifiable factors which you explained us, we might not need the treatment also if we take care of our health. So thank you so much for creating this awareness with us, for sharing your valuable insights. It means a lot for our audience and for us to create this, to educate our public. Thanks a lot for your time, ma'am.
Thank you, Simran. Thanks, Voice of Health. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.